All right, everyone. Today we're going to talk about Harry Potter because I love Harry Potter. And so, um, what I want to start with is what we did last time. And so, we talked about these letters last time. And so, what the letters are is they are alleles. Okay. And so, remember that alleles are different versions of a gene. And so, here we see that the capital M, it gives us this trait, the Muggle, which for you non-Harry Potter people is a non-magical person. And we have the little m, which will give us, let's say the little m is the magic gene, and that gives us magical ability. So we get these different letters in combinations from our parents. And so one combination that you could get is big M, big M. I realize the M's are not good because capital and lowercase look the same, but we're going to go with it. So if we get big M, okay, that is going to make us a Muggle. Okay, and then on the other side of the spectrum, if we have lowercase m, that is going to make us magic. Okay, and then if we have a capital M and then a lowercase m, that is going to also make us Muggle. Okay, make sure you can try and think about this before I do. So it gives us Muggle because remember this capital M is dominant over the lowercase m. And so when they are together, being dominant basically means that when they are together, as is in this case, you will see the capital M trait and not the lowercase m trait. Okay. I also just want to remind you that these, oh, that's next. I also just want to remind you that these, come on, pen, that these, nope, isn't working. Nope. Okay, that these letter combinations, big M, big M, big M, little m, or little m, those are called genotypes. Okay, I actually really want to write it there. Hold on. It's gonna work. Okay, these are called These are so annoying. Okay, well, we're moving on. Actually, no. These are called genotypes, and then these are called phenotypes. So this is the physical trait that you have, and this is the genotype. Okay, so next. It says draw across. So these are problems that I might have you do, right? Like something like this kind of thing. So it says draw a cross between a pureblood witch and a wizard. So if they are pureblood, that means that they don't have any other gene but the magic gene. So these two, this is Narcissa and Lucius Malfoy, okay, Draco's parents. And so they are both pureblood. So we are going to say little m, and this person is also little m, little m. Actually, I think I have it here too. Yeah. And so when I say draw a cross, what I mean is write what the parents are, because this is kind of the first step in a lot of problems we'll do. So what I'm going to want you to do is say little m, and then put an X like crossed with little m, little m. So that these are the parents. Okay. And that's all I want you to do for that one. All right. So maybe in your notes, you would write this problem: cross between pureblood witch and wizard, and then this is the answer. Okay. All right, draw a cross between two pureblood bred muggles. Okay, and so this, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you might realize that this doesn't really follow perfectly, because this is Aunt Petunia, and her sister is Lily, who is Harry's mom, and so she clearly has some magical ability in her. Lily does, and so Petunia is her sister, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't run in the family like that. But okay, so if we have two purebred Muggles, remember we know that capital M. Nope, capital M is for Muggle. So if we have two capital M's, that is how we get a Muggle. And then if we have another two capital M's, we have another Muggle. So if I'm going to draw, if this will let me draw two purebred Muggles, I will say capital M times capital M, capital M. Oh, I can't draw outside. Oh, hold on. I know what's going on. So capital M times capital M, capital M. I think I can't draw outside a certain boundary. Okay, so number 3. Draw a cross between two muggles who both carry the magical gene. Okay, so I want to remind you actually back here that this, when they're both capitals, that's called homozygous dominant. Homozygous meaning same, and dominant meaning capital. Okay, so down here, if they both carry the magical gene, so they're both muggles. So back to the key, if big M is muggle and little m is magic, every time we do a question, I want you to write the key. So they're both muggles, so each one has M, a capital M, but they each carry the magical gene, which is a lowercase m, so they both also have the lowercase m. Okay, so this is what Hermione's parents are. So these are Hermione's parents right here, which you don't really know a lot about. From the books, it's just books, okay? Movies don't exist. So these guys would be called heterozygous. Okay, so that genotype right there, where there's a big and a little, is called heterozygous. Just review. Okay, cool. So let's do an actual problem now. So this is, what is probability that a pure blood witch and a muggle who carries a magic gene have a kid who is a witch or wizard or is a muggle? So we're going to do both of these problems. The first thing always is write the key. Okay, so this is thing number one. So M is muggle, or capital M, lowercase m is magic. Second thing I want you to always do is write the parents, write the cross down, okay, the cross of the parents. So pure blood witch, so little m, has a kid with a muggle who carries the magic gene. So in other words, somebody who's heterozygous. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third thing is we're going to work on making some Punnett squares. Okay, so a Punnett square, you've probably done these before. A Punnett square is just a combination or a tool to show the different combinations of genes that can come together and make a baby. Okay, and so I want to actually give you a little bit more visualization on this real quick. So we said that this is the mom, right? And this is the dad. So if this is the mom, what we're really showing is this is a gene and it's inside of an egg. And this is a gene and it's inside of an egg. And this is a gene and it's inside of a sperm. And this is gene and it's inside of a sperm. And so what we have here is, in a Punnett square, is just different combinations of eggs and sperm coming together through sexual reproduction to give us a bunch of different combinations of kids. And that is one of the ways that we have so much variety or variation of traits in all kinds of animals that do sexual reproduction, including humans. So no two humans are exactly alike unless they're identical twins, but that's a little different story. So let's fill this thing out. So we have a capital M and a lowercase m. So this is now just like Battleship, okay? Capital M, lowercase m again. So this one you bring down here. So I have this one you bring over here. So we have lowercase, and then this one and this one are both lowercase m, lowercase m. Okay. All right. So now we have that. And then the fourth thing is that we can answer the question. So what's the percentage or the probability that's a witch or a wizard? Well, we have 2 out of the 4. Let's see, 2 out of the 4, or 50%, are that is muggle. Okay, that also means that 2 out of the 4 here, in these bottom 2, or 50%, are magic. Okay. All right, cool. And that's how we answer that. So when you guys do these questions, you can leave it as a fraction. Or if the fraction is easy to make into a percent, you can do that. If it's not easy to make into a percent, then we can do it the other way. Then we can just leave it as a fraction. Okay. Cool. Next problem. You should write these problems down, okay, guys? I want to look for these. This is, what is the probability that 2 heterozygous muggles have a wizard and then a muggle offspring? So again, I know this is repetitive, but I'm going to write this because I want you to as well. All right, number 2 is the cross. So 2 heterozygous muggles. So we know heterozygous means 1 capital, 1 lowercase. So that's what I'm going to write here. Okay, that's done. Number 3 is the Punnett square. So make a Punnett square. Oh. And I do want you to know, because I think any, like, probably a monkey could fill out a Punnett square, but I want you to understand what a Punnett square is. And it's a combination of, it shows that the combination of eggs and sperm that can come together to make certain offspring, right? So this capital M and this capital M could come together to make that kind of kid, and you could have that capital M and this lowercase m, or this lowercase and this capital again. Oops. And then you could have these two lowercases come together. One right there, one right there. Okay, so this is going to give us a bunch of different options. There's actually 1, 2, 3 different things that we see here. Different genotypes, right? Different combinations. So here's our question. Probably that 2 heterozygous muggles have a wizard and then a muggle. So we're saying like they're going to have 2 kids. Okay. And so what's the probability that first is a wizard and then the second is a muggle? Okay. So let's see. How many muggles do we have? Well, this one is a muggle, this one's a muggle, and this one's a muggle, right? So 3 out of the 4 are muggles. So 3 out of 4 is the probability of having oh shoot. It's okay. That's the second one. So, and then a muggle. So what is the first one? So have a wizard first. So 1 out of the 4 is a wizard. So 1 out of 4 is a wizard. 3 out of 4 are muggles. So what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply these two probabilities together. Okay. Because it's asking what is the probability that both of those things happen. So you have to multiply them. So when we multiply fractions, we just multiply across. So 1 times 3 is 3. And 4 times 4 is 16. Okay. And you can't simplify that. So we will leave it as 3/16 probability. Okay. 3 out of 16 times that might happen if they have 2 kids. The first would be a wizard, and then the second would be a muggle. Okay. So that's something that I'm going to ask you is to multiply probabilities. Like, what's the probability that they have this kind of kid and then this kind of kid? That's what you would do right there. Okay. Okay, we're actually going to leave it at that. So let me know if you have any questions on the worksheet that you will now do. Thank you.